Hi everyone, it's Eddie Zaratsian. I am doing another episode on YouTube for you. And in this episode, I am going to show you how to make a fall wreath. Now, you can go to your local craft store or go online and find all of this, but I thought I'd show you how to make something similar to this at your home using the supplies that I'm going to show you how to do. Look at this. This is pretty actually gorgeous. It's some pumpkins and some faux pumpkins and some raffia. And what I've done here is I've taken a 12-inch wreath, a straw wreath. I'm going to unpack it. If this is the first time you're watching the channel, thank you for tuning in. If you've watched before, thank you so much for your support. So if you are not following me on all social outlets, please do so. You will find all the links on the side of the screen. And if you have not subscribed, or if you have subscribed, make sure you turn on the alert bell or sign on YouTube to get notifications for future videos when they are released. I love fall. I love the colors of fall, so I thought I would make this fun wreath for you, which is not going to take a lot of energy and time to do. It's all straw is a little bit messy, which is fine because I keep moving it around. And then I'm going to open up my raffia. And raffia is a natural kind of material. Look at this. So beautiful. I'm going to unroll it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. I'm going to take my wire cutter. My wires. And this is the wire cutter. I'm taking 1/3 of it. I'm cutting it. And then I'm going to twist the center of it, just like this. We're not going to do anything else for right now, and I will show you what we're going to do with it. Again, I'm going to try to evenly cut this. Make sure your scissors are pretty tight and firm, like good sharp scissors. Cut and wire it in the middle. Twist it so it's secure. And don't worry about the excess right now. You can do any gauge wire because really we're just twisting and tying. You can even tie it with its own self, but I don't like to do that. I like it firm. So this is why I'm using wire, but you can easily tie it within itself too, like this. Go back and tie it. I love the color on this. Very neutrals, beigey color. Of course, I can't find the wires again. Just gonna take the raffia. This is hilarious. I know. I work so fast sometimes that I don't pay attention to things. I pay attention to everything, but what I meant was like, I just want to get the work done. That's done. Let me do this. And let's see if we can do anything with this. Pretty much we can. I'm gonna cut this and give you some side little antennas on the other side. And where do the wires go again? The funny thing is that they're green, so they disappear. But we're almost there. We're almost there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and I'm going to trim this kind of to an equal size. And I'm going to gauge them by kind of sort of putting it next to each other. And they don't have to be perfectly in line with one another, but as close as you can get it. Because you don't want one to be coming out too wide. And you don't even have to use pumpkins. You can remove the pumpkins later and do seashells or florals or any dried materials added to it. which will be really fun. So this becomes your base, but you can do anything with it, right? Okay, I'm done. I'm done creating this, and if we need more, we'll create more, but I think that should do it. I'm gonna clean out the table, and then I'm gonna assemble this for you. So these things that I made, these little clusters of raffia, what I'm gonna do with them now, here, is I'm gonna take my hot glue gun. There's a little bit of a wire right here. I'm gonna put the hot glue here. I can just kind of hold it there in place for a little bit so it can cool off. And since this is a wreath, and I don't know how many exactly that I have, I'm gonna start with the top and the bottom and then work my way in so I make sure I have the spacing correctly. Now, if you've made leftovers, you can easily do these as garlands. Like if you take some twine and just kind of like do it as a garland, that's also really pretty. And you don't have to put the pumpkins if you don't want on there, but it'll be a good way to kind of frame the door for the fall, or if you have columns around your property. I think this is pretty much done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pumpkins. I think I'm gonna use these color. Maybe I might add these two. And what I'm going to do, these are faux pumpkins. I'm gonna do not a little dab of glue, but a lot of glue. And I'm going to go in and tuck them in to the base on top of the wreath. That's what I'm gonna do. And so because I want it even, again, I'm gonna use if I do it on one side, I want to do one across so that my spacing is correct. See why it becomes so important if you do it right? Because if you don't do it correctly and you don't space it out, your wreath is going to look heavy on one side and lighter on the other. Just hold it for a little bit. Don't rush. Be careful of the glue. I usually have a little bit of iced water, but not today. I'm being a little risky. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to cut a little bit of the inside of the raffia because I want the wreath to show. And it's okay that you're trimming it from one side and not on the other side. It's cool. If your wire is showing, you can kind of play around with the raffia a little bit. And look how cool this is, right? Like, it's super cool. It's easy to do. Of course, put a wire on so you can actually hang it as a wreath. Or, believe it or not, you can actually use this as a tablescape. You can use this and put candles for, you know, the fall, even going into Thanksgiving, or even, you know, into early December. So look at how gorgeous this came out too. Really simple, really fast. It actually feels like the same thing, but it feels a little bit more homemade and it feels more special. Imagine you can do this as hostess gifts as well too. Again, thank you so much for joining me and following me and appreciating what I do and the energy and the amount of information that I give out to the universe, including all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and peace out.